Hi, today we are at Na Yang Yang's garden. I want to take a moment to thank all our gold sponsors, Ultra Federal Credit Union, the People's Food Co-op, and Mayo Health Clinic System. Thank you so much for supporting Hmong farmers.
Hey y'all, my name is Justin Yang. My parents are Na Yang Yang and Der Vang. This is our garden. It's about 4 acres. We grow numerous amount of produce here. Some of them are cucumbers, radishes, kohlrabi, beets, and bitter melon. We've been gardening for about 4 years now. We're located in Holman, Wisconsin, and we do 4 markets around the La Crosse area.
We did it! We did it! We did it! What? I can't wait to fart. It's gonna be great.
Hi, I'm Bo,
And I'm Abram.
and this is Cooking with Bo.
Today we're going to be making something that my family does for special occasions, typically like Christmas or Easter, and it's very special to me. It's a piece of my home. Like whenever we make this, I just think of like happy family time around the dinner table, telling jokes. This recipe I actually just got out of a recipe book that my grandma just gave me, so I'm pretty excited to actually cook this puppy up. This is kibbe. There's going to be 3 layers to this. There's going to be 2 layers of the same thing. We're going to kind of break this down here. This is just regular lean ground beef, and then we're going to do a 1.5 cups of bulgur wheat. I'm going to kind of get into this bulgur wheat because I struggled with it myself. You can buy this online, can't get it around here. So if you want to just Google Dura fine bulgur, you're going to be fine. It comes dry. It's like a nice fine dry grain, and it's hard. As soon as it touches water, it starts to expand. So it's kind of like, it's like an easy rice, if that makes sense. What we're going to do, I've already wetted this. We're going to squeeze out the water into here. We're going to accumulate a 1.5 cups, and then you're going to dump it in there. And then we have a whole white onion in my KitchenAid blender here. I'm gonna chop that up real quick. The thing that we're going for here is a nice consistent texture. When you combine the bulgur wheat with the hamburger, it'll like kind of smooth everything out. Like the grains of the wheat kind of mix very well with the hamburger and kind of makes it this nice smooth texture. With the onions, I'm going to want to also have super fine chopped onions to kind of go along with that, so it's all one consistent texture. It does get messy. All right, 1 whole white onion in there. You did it.
I did it!
So that was the first step of getting messy. The second step is tossing it in there and then kneading it with your hands.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Are you comfortable with that? Okay.
Yes.
So next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to brown a 1/2 cup of pine nuts and a pound of lamb. This will be the center layer of our meat situation. The nice thing about like Lebanese cooking, so this is a Lebanese meal, I don't know if I mentioned that or not. One of the main flavors that we do with our meat that's not typical of Midwest US, we mess with cinnamon a lot with our meats. Sometimes mint, nutmeg, just kind of some flavor profiles that you're not used to. It's not always just garlic and cheese.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Easy there, hotshot.
So with this recipe, it requires a poop ton of butter. There is,
I love your vocabulary.
sorry, quite a bit of butter. So I'm browning the nuts first, and then I'm gonna kind of separate them, and I'm just gonna toss the lamb in there. And then once the lamb's done, I'm gonna toss the nuts back in. Little switchy swatchy.
Swishy, swashy.
Yeah, there you go, science.
Yes, science!
While that's kind of warming up, another aspect to this recipe is using rendered butter as well. So what rendered butter is, you're filtering out all of the milk something or other. I forgot what it's called. For this recipe too, you're going to want to use some of this on a baking pan, whatever this is. And with that will help kind of keep the meat from over baking, but it will also help brown it as well. There you go. I'm going to turn this butter down. So I'm adding this here. You don't want to really burn your butter. You want to kind of brown it. But you also want to brown the nuts as well. This is probably the most tedious part. You just got to kind of keep it moving.
And these are pine nuts or whatever?
Yeah, so these are pine nuts. You can also use like crushed walnuts if you want. Sometimes you just got to make do with what you get, you know?
So you said this is a family recipe, like your grandparents' recipe?
Yeah, yep. So my grandpa is from Lebanon. He and his family moved here quite a long time ago, but the book is called Syrian Cooking. And he liked the recipe so much that he wrote the lady saying, hey, can we get like
Yeah.
10 of these so I can, give them to my family as well.
Wow.
So we can make sure that, everyone in the family knows how and kind of keeps that tradition alive.
Yeah.
So we can kind of start seeing these nuts getting brown, which is
Yeah.
great.
I'm starting to smell it. It's like a light,
Like nutty.
yeah, very light
situation.
nutty smell, scent.
Once it's mostly uniform, I'm just going to plop this all back in here. So then we're going to take the lamb. This is a pound of lamb. We're just going to toss it right on in here. I'm going to switch up to my potato masher
Masher.
for smashing.
For smashing.
The recipe has one of those things that is going to bother some people because it's not super specific. So it's going to say, it says add cinnamon, salt, and pepper to taste.
Yeah.
So I kind of like mine a little cinnamony, pretty cinnamony. So we might do like 2 teaspoons
Okay.
and then see what the color looks like. And, like you do some
Yeah.
dishes too where you're like,
Yeah.
no, that's not dark enough. We need to add more,
Yeah.
whatever. So
Yeah.
that's we're kind of basing it on looks and darkness.
It's like when you get the foundation of a recipe or foundation of like knowing how to cook soup or like stir fries or if you know how to bake something, you have the foundation already, then modify it to the way you like it, modify it to the taste. Add
Yeah.
new ingredients, try something exciting. I don't know, that's what cooking is about. You're supposed to explore and experiment and have fun with it. I don't think there's like a perfect recipe for everything.
No, absolutely not. Maybe with like some baking stuff is
Yeah,
more
yeah,
sciencey.
baking's
different.
Okay,
Cooking-
that is different.
Cooking is art, baking
Yeah.
is science.
Good explanation.
So we're just gonna do pretty much like a typical hamburger browning, It's just
Okay.
gonna be a nice little ground situation. You can kind of smell it a little bit, maybe. You viewers can probably smell it.
Just think of cinnamon.
Yeah, a meaty cinnamon, something you're super familiar with.
Think of winter holidays.
Yeah, yes.
Pine cones with cinnamon on
Yeah,
them.
that's exactly it. All right, salt and pepper. This is also to taste. I would start with a tiny amount. Let's just say a half teaspoon.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about sweet and salt, but that's I think that's
Yeah.
my favorite combo.
It goes together really well.
That's looking good.
Yeah.
So when my great aunt showed me how to make this, she would be like, and then you have to do it to taste. So then she would just grab the raw hamburger
Oh
and
my
put it in
gosh.
her mouth.
Oh my gosh, no!
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that was their norm
Yeah.
for them. So that
Yeah.
was, and I don't
I
think she
know.
ever got E. coli. She
Yeah,
was,
no, I know what you mean. Like back in the days when I was younger and people were like making egg rolls or something, like if we were doing a big family event, somebody will literally taste the egg roll mix
yeah.
when it's
Oh yeah, right. And you're like,
still raw.
what?
And you're,
What's
yeah.
going on?
And you're like, no.
This
it's
goes
raw.
against everything I've been taught.
Yeah.
Not by you guys, obviously. So I'm adding a little bit more cinnamon here. We're going for like a dark brown, but we don't want it to be because I overcooked the meat, right?
Right.
So the middle layer of the kibbe is going to be where the texture changes, because obviously you're doing ground meat. And the nice thing is the center's cooked too, so that'll be quite an ally for actually, because we're going to be baking like a thick thing of meat, right?
Oh,
So
yeah,
it'll
like a
take a
big
while,
dish, yeah.
but the center will already be cooked.
Yeah.
So that makes it way easier. Okay, I'm feeling pretty satisfied. I'm going to toss in my
Yeah.
nuts. And with these, I might have to add more cinnamon, but I don't know. We'll see what it...
It is a very good thing that you did the nuts before the meat, because they will not look like this
Right,
if you did it all together. Yeah.
now we got our 3 layers ready. What we're going to do first with your layer is we're going to put like maybe 3/4 of an inch
Down
on
there.
this. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just packing it in.
Yep, just packing it in. You're
All
just
of it,
making a layer.
or-
So you're going to be putting in pretty much half of it,
Half of
but you want it to be like an inch of, or like
Thickness.
maybe not an inch, but like a half inch of packed down meat.
Half inch. Got it.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to break up my grounds as much as I can here. Like, shoot, what was that called? This place that closed down, I guess it doesn't matter. It's gone. Minute Maid. Minute Maid?
Minute Maid? What?
No. Minute,
No.
What was it?
I don't know.
One-
I don't know. I'm trying to guess what you're saying.
They like served burgers that were like sloppy joes without the slop. It was all just like brown little crumbles of meat.
Oh, I don't know.
Nobody knows what I'm talking about?
No, but I totally repeated exactly what you said and said no.
Minute Maid, yes! I think that's lemonade. Shoot! Made right. Made right.
Is that what it is?
Yes. Whew. Wow. That I had to pull that out of somewhere. All right. Cool.
All
Okay. Okay. I'm going back. Going back with some cinnamon here. Sorry.
So, it's really tender.
Yeah. Yeah. it
The
tastes
meat
nice.
looks like it's overcooked, but it's not.
Right.
It's not. It's all the cinnamon and spices.
And the nice thing is like this is the show-off section of your kibbe. So the rest of the kibbe is very uniform. You got your onions, which will give you some good flavor, but this is like the creme de la creme, except it's not cream of the top, it's cream of the center. So then I'm taking the lamb mixture and I'm pouring it right on the meat mixture. So then we're gonna do pretty much the same thing again here.
With the meat.
Yep.
Okay.
But the nice thing about this meat is it's cold. And if you don't want it to stick to your hands as much,
Yeah.
you can use like cold water on your hands. Plop.
I will help you, Plop.
So that's our base mode here.
This is a fun little dish to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do this with somebody. Or like, you know, like a parent could do this with a child.
Yeah,
It's-
like
it's-
my mom did with me.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
get messy with it.
So next, I'm gonna kind of cut that up. You smacking it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. What's the deal? It's like a watermelon at a store. You
I know, for watermelons. Gotta slap it. As if we know what a watermelon, like a good one, sounds like.
Nobody knows, but
Like-
everybody smacks. Alright, sorry. Pardon. I'm gonna put that like that because this is what you do in a kitchen. The interesting thing about this is we're going to now cut it, and this isn't going to be like a pumpkin bar situation. Pumpkin bar situation. It's
Pumpkin.
it's going to be diamonds,
Okay.
which is interesting because a diamond is very close to a square, but you take the corners and you just go, and then you got a diamond.
Yeah, yeah.
So, with our initial cuts, you don't need a sharp knife because it's already a mush, right?
Yeah.
You take your knife, you're gonna dip it in this cold water, which is hopefully still a little cold, and then you're going to do one diagonal across the whole situation. And then once it starts sticking, then you're like, oh, let me give it some more water here.
Oh, that definitely helps.
I try to make a nice triangle,
Okay.
and then I just play off those lines.
Okay. If this turns out well, I won't have the credit.
Oh, yeah.
If it doesn't, don't tell
It's all on
anyone.
me.
Yes, all on you, and don't ever mention it. This episode won't even air. I'm kidding.
All right, I'm gonna preheat my oven now
Okay.
while we're hanging out, 350. Okay, so then I'm gonna take my little spatula, spatula, and just kind of push it away from the walls.
Nice.
So as you can see, it's creating a canal. If you want to microwave that butter, so we're just gonna kind of pour it all around. Yeah. So while our kibbe's baking, we're gonna make tzatziki sauce. So tzatziki sauce is pretty simple. There's not super a lot of ingredients. That was a really good English sentence there. It's my main language and I still have trouble with it. It's my only language. Anyway, I've grated about a half cup of cucumber.
Yeah.
With tzatziki sauce, we're gonna use full fat Greek yogurt plain.
Nice.
Whenever you mix this cucumber with that, you have to watch out for your moisture content.
Right.
So we're gonna take that big old glob, you're gonna put it in the center of this towel.
Okay.
You're gonna squeeze it out in here, squeeze out in there, maybe in there to less dishes. I hate dishes. Yeah, there, perfect. A nice pre-squeeze is the smart thing to do. Always pre-squeeze before you do this. You can buy cucumbers also at the
Farmer's market.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they grow like wildfire, like weeds. But they're not weeds, they're delicious.
Yeah, delicious weeds, magical weeds. So I'm taking this whole situation.
Okay.
Keep on spinning.
Oh, Oh, it's like a tofu situation.
Yes, you want all of the moisture, as much moisture as you can get out of it, so that it doesn't water down your yogurt and your textures will get weird.
It's like the old-fashioned of juicing.
Yes, yeah. I suppose we could have used the juicer and just took the stuff out of the back.
Pulp.
Yeah, this is cucumber pulp. You just need a juicer and it'll be fine. Perfect. Nice.
Almost.
So I'm going to plop that in this big old bowl, and then we're going to take a cup of the full-fat yogurt and toss it in there. We're going to chop up a tablespoon of dill, and then whatever mint amount that is, you can kind of do to whatever flavor you like. I always just use everything, so stems and dill, and just as fine as you want. Look at that. You make it look way prettier than I do,
Oh,
which is great.
oh, good.
Yeah.
That's a good. That's
I'm
a
gonna
good
get rid
thing.
of this
That's a
ugly
good.
thing. That is a good for this situation. I'm gonna kind of take all the leaves, roll them up a bit, and then fold them in half, and then take a knife.
Looks good. Perfect
You
tablespoon.
nailed it. This is like
Okay.
a half tablespoon
Yeah.
or something, maybe
Okay,
less, more.
so we toss this in there.
Toss
too.
it in there. Yep.
Okay.
And then 1 clove of garlic. We already have some pre-cut stuff.
Okay.
I'm just gonna toss that in there.
Nice.
And then bunk your head, and then toss the mint on there. Stir it about. So whenever you make a dip or sauce like this,
Oh, it smells so good.
yeah, you can start smelling that garlic and dill combo. Just like it is probably my favorite condiment, I think.
Yeah.
As long as you milk out the water from your cucumber, you're gonna be totally fine.
Yeah.
If you're lazy and you leave the water in, you're gonna have the soggiest, wateriest situation. And even after this sits for a little bit, some of the moisture will come out, and that's totally normal. You can stir it back in. Kind of like yogurt does anyway. If you let it sit there for maybe too long, a little bit of water comes out. And you just stir it around.
Cool.
So that's that. And the reason why we make our dips and sauces a little sooner is the longer time you have for them to hang out, they're getting to know each other, they're sharing their flavors, and it just kind of helps permeate the yogurt longer. So we did that first. And then our next step is we're going to make an onion salad.
Okay.
So we
So,
can
I
clean
move
this
this
up.
aside?
Yeah. Now that the tzatziki sauce is marinating in itself, we're going to start on the onion salad.
Great.
So the awesome thing about onion salad is I think every single ingredient you can get at the farmer's market. We got some dill, and we got some mint, cilantro, parsley, and we got a white onion. And also a little bit of lemon juice. What we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of chop up all these things. We're gonna make a party together. The onions are going to be thin, round circles, whatever. Yeah, so let's start chopping, eh?
Oh, and then
Yeah.
this?
Oh, and oregano. Sorry.
Oregano. So if you
Just
can't
a little
find this
bit.
at the farmer's market, I know there's some like specialty farmers that grow them. But if you can't get them there, you can always find them at the People's Co-op, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's like the oregano kind of packs a powerful punch. So I don't like to do as much.
Yeah,
but
like
I
a
think we're
tiny
doing
leaf.
like a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of your main dill and
Mm-hmm.
cilantro, a little bit of mint, a little bit of parsley. Yeah, that's it.
So with the mint, it's just the leaves, but everything else stems.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm kind of a stem user. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like the stems of cilantro taste the same.
Yeah.
Stems of, like, I feel like most of the stems are pretty good.
I think some people are missing out on the stems.
Yeah.
They're like, just leaves.
We really like wasting. That's like our favorite pastime is like, how much of this can I throw away after I just bought this whole thing? There we go, nice little party there. All right, then I'm gonna take this onion and I'm gonna start crying. I'm pretty excited about this one because it's got all of the farmer's market magic in there.
Yeah.
And so with the kibbe, you saw there's a lot of butter, there's a lot of meat. It's a very heavy, savory bomb. And so with that, you need to kind of alleviate it with some acid or with like I feel like a milk product is going to kind of help. So that yogurt will help kind of cool it, cut it. Same with this onion acid situation will help cut it and like lighten that load too.
Nice. Just toss it in.
The nice thing about the salad is it's very preference based. So if you're like, I hate cilantro, don't put cilantro in. If you at least include 4 ingredients I think you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You're still gonna have to stick with your base, so there's gonna be olive oil and lemon juice. If you wanna cut
Yep.
that lemon in half
And juice it.
and juice it, yeah, we're gonna need a tablespoon of it.
A few moments later.
The amount of crying I've done to Disney movies is embarrassing.
Look at your eyes.
I'm crying because I'm thinking of Coco and it has nothing to do with onions.
You know, there's not too many movies that make me cry. But when they do,
It's raining.
yeah.
It's raining from your eyes.
You're
Like me?
exactly right now.
Here's the thing.
It's literally hanging off your glasses.
Yeah, it's quite pungent. It's quite offensive, right in my balls. Here. Oh
You
yeah,
picked a good one.
yeah. Whew. I feel like it just shot me. It shot me right
It
there.
went around your glasses.
Oh, whew. I don't know if there's onion in my eye or what. Yeehaw! Look at that. We got
Sorry.
rain here, boys. It's raining.
I almost asked you if you wanted me to chop the onion.
No way, man. I'm totally manly. What if I close my eyes and cut it?
No, because you'll miss you miss the onion and get
There we go. That's got to be good. Whew, ha, whew. I've made this before, and it wasn't as traumatizing. Okay, so then,
Do you need a little break?
no. As long as I'm holding these onions.
I'm crying too.
It's so sad.
I'm crying with you.
Oh, we're kind of breaking them up in there. You juiced your lemon, great.
Yes.
Toss it in the parsley and oregano.
Do you need a napkin?
No way, man. I'm a real man.
You're a real man, just ready out. I'm crying with you.
Oh. Okay, so cool tips to not cry. We got a couple. I didn't use any of them, obviously. One, you can refrigerate. So if it's a little colder, the cellular structure of each cell in the onion is a little more rigid and firm, so you have less chance of cutting through as many. Second, you can wear matchsticks forward in your mouth with the little red bits under your eyes. And the phosphorus, I think, neutralizes the acid in the air that's attacking your eyeballs.
But then you just look ridiculous.
You do look ridiculous, but guess what? Guess who looks ridiculous right now?
You look less ridiculous than you do now if you do
Yeah.
the matchstick method.
Right.
Just refrigerate your onion.
Okay, so if you want to drizzle that puppy in there,
Well, I'm crying.
are you crying? Are you crying because of the onions or because I'm crying?
Because
Are you a sensitive person too? You really...
yeah,
Sometimes when people cry, like I
it's
cry.
good to have someone cry with.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. As a nurse too. Whew, man. There's tears to be had. All right, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
So that's a tablespoon.
Nice.
All right, and then we can toss it together. And maybe for the first time ever, which is hilarious, we're just gonna use the tongs. So let these flavors get to know each other. And the nice thing about this, I feel like everyone likes a little bit of salt and pepper, so we can toss that on there too,
Yeah.
to our liking. But it's super herbaceous, and maybe we should do a little bit more lemon juice. I'm feeling more
Yeah.
lemony.
So your thing is done.
Thing is done. All right, let's take a look at this here quick.
Okay.
You know, in mashed potatoes, like mashed potato casseroles or whatever, they put like their fork through and then they put the broiler on for like 10 minutes and it kind of helps to like get the browning going. This is kind of a similar situation. So you got butter on top, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the broil on for about 10 minutes. I'm gonna kind of watch it a little closer because I don't wanna mess it up. Okay. And we're gonna do low because we're not doing anything crazy. Sorry. After what emotional stuff we just went through, let's add a little bit more lemon in there.
So
Lemon
like
juice.
another tablespoon.
Yeah, another tablespoon.
So total 2 now.
Yep. And
It's because you said our onion was too big.
yes, yeah, we had a very big onion, which is totally fine. But I feel like the lemon kind of helps make the onion a little more, kind of almost cooks it like a ceviche.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't like cook it, but it makes it more flappy. I like a little flappy onion. It still has like a crunch to it, but it's just slightly more,
Yeah.
you know, like, so like that's still kind of rigid. And I think over time it'll start to
Soften
flap
a
down to
little
like
bit,
this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the magic of that. I'm going to kind of toss it one more time.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna check out the kibbe again because it's a thing of beauty. Do you want to try this?
Yeah. I would like to try it. I'm just gonna pick out a piece. Oh, that's a big piece. Yeah, you can have half my
Yeah.
piece. I can just eat it like this.
Right?
It's good. It has no salt or any seasoning right now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Yeah, without anything, it's still fine. But a little pepper. Sometimes I pepper things just to have like a little burst of color change. You know, like this is pretty white. There's no black at all. So I'll do a little cracked pepper too. There we go. A little more toss, and we'll set that aside. And I'm gonna just stare at the kibbe for a while.
Okay.
Now we're getting like the nice brown tops. I guess I could do it a little bit more, but we're already kind of getting the edges pretty brown. So I'm gonna get it out and hopefully not spill boiling butter all about my place here. Slowly, carefully, ever so slightly, carefully, gently, gently. Oh, did I spill?
No, you're doing good.
All right, let's shut this off before it starts beeping.
Still bubbly.
So that's going to take a while to kind of chill out. And once it starts chilling out a little bit, some of that butter will kind of go back down, but it's amazing.
It's still cooking right now.
So we have our kibbe, which has been cooling for a while. You do not want to eat boiling butter kibbe situation. You will not be able to taste it. As a matter of fact, you will melt your face. Now it's cooled off. We're going to kind of do all the things. We're going to dress this stuff up. And what I forgot to show is with this cucumber tzatziki sauce, I forgot to put a little feta in there. So I got like a quarter brick. It's probably overkill, but like overkilling feta is totally okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna crumble that baby up in here.
Okay.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. All right, so then we have this huge savory bomb. And then we're gonna just toss some cucumber sauce right on top, and then you can toss some onions on the side.
Okay. A glop. All right. I'm gonna decorate mine and sing a song while I do it.
You can see like the
Picking.
cinnamon layer with the pine nuts in there.
It's so good. I'm gonna try it with the onion. Okay. It's very light.
Yeah.
You think it would be heavy, but it's not.
Yeah. That's the magic of the 2 salads that we just put in there.
I'm the 2 salads. Okay, you have a lot of flavors, like layers, like you said. And the middle part is really good. It's like a little nice surprise with these little pine nuts. They're all toasty.
Gives it a little textural change.
You kind of have to get a little bit of everything in your bite. Right?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's fun to like try a little bit of each thing, but if you want the best of all worlds, you have to include them all.
This dressing is really good.
It was good.
Good job, Abram.
Oh, thanks. I tried really hard.
Oh, this worth the onions.
Yeah, I cried.
It was like the onions.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Plus,
Mission accomplished. Bling.
Flashback.
Just a little bit of blood. Next episode, sweat,
sweat.
tears. After next episode, we'll get blood, sweat, and tears in this show. That's like
sweat, and
achievement
tears.
unlocked.
Yeah. Little celebrations, you guys.
Yeah. It's the little things.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
For real.
This has been so much fun.
Yeah, I think people need to celebrate their little victories.
Yeah.
This was a little victory.
Yeah.
This was a big victory.
It was huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I dropped my onion. This is delicious, Abram. I
Yeah.
love it. People have to. You guys have to try this at home. And all these ingredients, all the fresh ingredients, you can find at the local farmers market or the People's Co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like to do a little double dip. I'll do the co-op and the farmers market on a Friday.
They're right next to
And
each
then I
other.
can,
Yeah.
I can do, that'll cover all my bases.
Yeah.
And the most fresh, most local source of vegetables and produce.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. This is delicious. Thank you so much.
I just want to say thanks to our viewers
Yeah.
for tuning in.
Thank you.
This has been Cooking with You, Bo. Cooking with Bo. Beats with Bo. Whatever kind of Bo. Right? Put a bow on it, call it good.
Put a bow on it.
My name is Abram,
I'm Bo.
and this has been Cooking with Bo. Who wants a body massage? Coco! Ghost heads.
Ghost heads.
But we're too excited. And we need to eat.
Would the camera guy like to try?
You want me to bring it in? Nice romantic.